Welcome back to the Hood News Fantasy Football Podcast. This is episode 14, waiver pickups for week 2 going into week 3. I'm your host, Keem. I got with me MFB.
Yeah.
And we got BBTB.
Do what it does.
Go ahead and get into the RBs for waiver pickup. Feel me?
All right, brother.
Backs. So there's a trio of running backs. We don't know ever since, what happened with Pacheco. Now we got 3 running backs: Carson Steele, Kareem Hunt, Samaje Perine. Obviously, you can't pick up all 3. If you can, I don't think there's no reason to, right? Who do you guys think is the RB to pick up out of those 3?
I'm low key going. This is kind of under the assumption that Kareem Hunt doesn't sign. Because Kareem Hunt had like some issues with the Chiefs before, right?
There was something previous years,
and then I think he even visited before and they didn't sign him. So,
but they might be desperate, right?
Yeah, it's not a guarantee that they sign him. I also don't see why they would be desperate because they signed to Perine. Clyde should come back whenever he's off of a PTSD SVP. Okay. And they have Carson Steele. Now,
right?
I like Carson Steele.
I like Carson
I think
Steele.
they had him in a game week 1, maybe. Or week 1 or 2.
You're right. Yeah, it was
he
week
had
1.
A fumble, and they still trusted him after. Andy Reid's like, nah, you still get the ball.
Usually when players fumble, it's like sayonara.
My bid is going to Carson Steele.
Okay,
I don't know if y'all have differing opinions.
I'm a differentiate a little bit. I like Samaje Perine, man. Just the reason why is just because last year, I think Perine was on the Broncos. He low-key was taking some touches from Javonte when Javonte got hurt. And he looked really good out there. And so, pretty much, I think Samaje might be that guy once he finally gets those touches.
Yeah, sorry, I'm like so excited to agree with you for once, but I also go with Samaje Perine. I'm not going to lie to you. I just think that veteran experience, pass catching abilities, I think you put him above Carson Steele. Carson Steele fumbled once.
Same.
If he does it again, I guarantee you Andy Reid says, yeah, bro, get the hell out of here. You're good. And they go straight to Perine. So that's huge risk. Not huge risk, but there's a risk there if you take Steele. In my opinion, for those 3, I rank them Perine, Steele, and if you want to pick up Clyde Edwards-Helaire, sure.
Yeah,
but, when he comes back from PTSD.
That's
do you guys have any other ranking? MLB, you go, what's your rankings? You have Steele, Perine, and
I think I'm going Steele, Perine, and Hunt, probably, and then Clyde, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of murky-ish a little bit, but we'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't waste a waiver claim on Hunt or Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but I would take Samaje Perine then Steele.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Next, we got Braylon Allen from the Jets. Man, he went crazy. We talked about him in the last episode about his stats. I think he's going to be the number 1 pickup this week in terms of if not Samaje Perine, but Braylon Allen. He did great last game, and that's with Breece Hall healthy. So
I think there's a lot of leagues I'm in where he's already taken.
Right.
So some people know about him, but if he's available, he should be available in most leagues. I don't know if you want to check the percent rosterage.
Yeah.
But bro, he's a talented handcuff.
Yeah.
In a good Jets offense, playing behind Breece, but it was interesting. I'm not sure why they were giving him so many carries, right? He had 7 carries, 33 yards, touchdown, and he had another touchdown coming through the air.
Yeah, he's rostered in 10% of leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to definitely pick him up. If you talk to me, I don't know if I said it on the podcast explicitly, but people who hit me up and talk to me, I'm like, hey, pick up Braylon Allen, bro.
You didn't mention on the podcast. Thanks for nothing for all of our listeners.
Yeah,
the premium subscription Patreon, bro.
Yeah, join the Discord. Hey, join the Discord. We put it in the description.
Yes, sir. We did.
Join the Discord. You guys can talk to us, ask questions.
I'm not gonna lie. Braylon Allen looks like a mini Derrick Henry, dude. The dude's 6'2", 235, running like a straight animal.
Nice.
And he's only 20 years old. So that man has some years to play, dude. Dudes that are, I think Kimo was telling us about a statistic before, dudes underneath the age of like 25, 26, they're like studs, you know what I mean? They can move, they can take a hit, and he looks really good. So great pickup off the waivers. If I had the number one waiver pick, I would use it on him for sure.
Yeah, running backs are always more valuable. Braylon Allen probably top pickup if he's not already picked up. He's only picked up in about 10%, or he's only rostered in 10% of leagues. That's according to Yahoo. So if he's out there, pick him up. One more RB to throw in here, Cam Akers, who's playing behind Joe Mixon, who got injured. In my opinion, I think you wait for news on Joe Mixon. If he's not injured or no news comes out Tuesday morning, you can take a shot on Cam Akers. I mean, that's assuming that Dameon Pierce doesn't play next week. He was out with an ankle injury this week.
Could you look up a stat for me? Because I swear, bro, whenever I see Cam Akers' stat line or watch him, he has fumbles, bro. I want to see how many fumbles this boy got. He fumbled in that game against the Bears, bro.
He did?
I could have sworn he did too, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it was lost or not. I forgot. But I think it was lost, bro. The Bears just didn't capitalize and score.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he lost a fumble near the goal line.
Cam Akers did fumble.
Yeah.
Damn.
So bro, that can't be really good with the coaches, bro. They're probably yeah, Dameon Pierce, hurry up.
Yeah, Dameon Pierce out with an ankle injury this week. So he was
look.
I'm not even looking at Cam Akers, bro.
Look, with Cam Akers, if I'm waiver wire in between, if you're in a 12-man, 14-man, if I'm in the higher side, so if I'm in a 12-man in between waiver order 7 and 12, or 14-man 8 and 14, I would take a shot on him just in case if that Mixon news doesn't come out early. But if the news does come out, he's good and Pierce is good, don't take a shot at him. But I would take a shot at him if I was high. On the waiver list.
Also, if you're a Mixon owner, you might need just a handcuff.
Handcuff as well, yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Let's move into wide receivers. So all Rams wide receivers are on the list. I think I just messed that up and said Whams wide receivers. Anyways,
but I mean, so with the Puka news week 1, right? I'm sure a lot of wide receivers were already taken, right? So. Maybe Kimo, if you want to pull up the rosterage percent of Demarcus Robinson, Tutu Atwell, and Tyler Johnson. I'm sure they increased from last week. So go ahead and hit us with it.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson's only rostered 11% of leagues. Demarcus Robinson is rostered 42% of leagues. Tutu Atwell is only rostered in 1% of leagues. So
yeah, so I'm very sure Tutu will be rostered in a lot more. He came away with 3 catches, 48 yards. Tyler Johnson only 2 catches with 20 yards. We don't even really see a target monster so far. In the Cup news.
It's basically evenly split between those 3.
Yeah, it's basically a very even split, right? But the target's got to go somewhere, right? So be sure to try to grab a Rams receiver.
Yeah, I mean, just random stat. I mean, the tight end Colby Parkinson, he only had 1 reception for 12 yards last week, even with Cooper Kupp leaving the game and no, what's his name? Puka. Yeah. So that guy's, he's not taking a lot of the targets or anything. So the receivers there are all very valuable. So other wide receivers, Alec Pierce, man, seems to be Anthony Richardson's long shot target. If we did talk about him last week, if you didn't take him last week, maybe look to take him this week if he's still available. How do you guys feel about him?
But I like him a lot. Honestly, last week I was pretty hyped when AR-15 threw him that long ball. And so pretty much when I saw he's a long ball threat and AR-15 loves throwing that, I was like, yo, Alec Pierce might be better than Pittman.
He may not be better, but more valuable just in terms of fantasy.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. So I don't know.
Valuable so far in this offense, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So for those who listened to the last episode, we talked about Pittman still seeing all the targets, but it's just not really catchable targets. And there's no real connection between him and Richardson yet. But Alec Pierce being the deep threat, boomer bust option, it's just a much better fit for now, and especially these kind of strange games the Colts have been playing in.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think, I just realized in the last episode, I said that Pittman had 15 targets. He only had 7 targets last game. I think that was his total stats. He had 15 targets. He only had 7 targets last game,
Total, yeah.
not 15. So apologies on the last episode if you listened to it. Yeah, he did not have 15 targets. He had 7 targets. He had 3 receptions. Pierce had 7 targets, 5 receptions. So Pierce is only rostered in 28% of leagues. If he's out there, I mean, and you need a wide receiver, he might be worth it. There's other names though in this list. The Quentin Johnston from the Chargers. We talked about in the last episode, 2 touchdowns last week on 5 targets. MFB mentioned that they're targeting him on third down plays and in the red zone. I think if Justin Herbert's healthy, you can look to pick him up.
He's just a ticking time bomb. I think I said in the previous video. If you can get him, stash him. You know what I'm saying? If you need to use him as a flex, ceiling's pretty high right there. Great red zone target. But I don't know. I'd probably trade him away if he has like another crazy week like how he did last week. Trade him away. Try to put something together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Jalen Naylor from Minnesota. He had a touchdown last week, 4 targets, 3 receptions, touchdown. I like him a lot, I think, just with Justin Jefferson being questionable. I think he's dealing with a quad injury. He says he's feeling pretty good. I think if he's healthy and he's fine, I don't think he touched anyone from the Vikings. But if Justin Jefferson's out, I think you take a shot on Jalen Naylor. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I think even if Justin Jefferson is in, right, he's still like a decent wide receiver play. I think he's definitely took the Addison role while Addison is going to be absent. That's what it seems like to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What you got with Jalen Naylor? I feel like the reason why he's also performing is the offensive coordinator just calling those plays like really well set up. And what Sam Darnold is doing and shocking pretty much everyone in the fantasy world. Like Sam Darnold is doing his thing. And everyone thought Sam Darnold is horrible, trashed, not going to be good. But he's kind of doing his thing.
Direct quote from MFB, exactly what he thought of Sam Darnold in the preseason.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So pretty much like he's kind of proven a lot of people wrong. So I don't know. I'm kind of liking the Vikings receivers.
Yeah, I like Naylor. I think you take a shot on them if you want someone, a wide receiver to pick up, especially if Justin Jefferson gets injured.
Yeah.
We have Juwan Jennings from SF with Debo news. I mean, someone's got to step up in that offense, and the third one behind Ayuk and Debo has been Juwan Jennings. So, yeah, I don't really have many thoughts on him. I think he can do good things, but I don't think he's more worth. I don't know. What do you guys think?
As a fantasy option, he's not an ad for me at all.
Yeah,
just because like even with Debo out, he's still the 4th option to get the ball in the offense.
You're right.
It's going to be Ayuk, Kittle, Mason, and then Juwan Jennings. You don't want 4th options in an offense. You barely want 3, right? So
no, for sure.
Yeah, with Juwan Jennings, I wouldn't use a waiver pick on him, but I would add him to the offense just in case. I feel like just because we don't know how long Debo's going to be out for with that calf strain. So I don't know if he does get that ball, I think he'll pretty much be solid. That's my opinion.
Yep. I mean, he can go off or he can do his thing without.
I think he had a really good Super Bowl. If I remember, he did really well in the Super Bowl. So that's pretty much why I feel like he's capable of kind of having that performance again.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, you take a shot on him, I guess, if you need to, if in deeper leagues. next we have Britton Covey from Philadelphia, who kind of stepped up with
Covey, my brother.
Covey, bro. I don't until he does something and gets a touchdown, bro. I can mispronounce his name. It's allowed. Yeah, I mean, he kind of stepped up without AJ Brown there, who apparently is reported to miss several weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, fat L.
Always whining, bro.
Shut up, bro. You have two.
I mean, the homie saw 6 targets, reeled in all 6 catches, right? So
yeah, Covey
PPR. I mean, that's decent value, right?
Yeah.
Does he sustain it? Who knows, right?
Yeah.
But he saw second most looks in the game with AJ Brown out.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, more valuable in PPR, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if I take a shot on him over these other guys. I mean, do you guys want to rank these wide receivers? There's quite a lot of them. I mean,
I think we're forgetting about the guy that you didn't start, Darnell Mooney, man.
Oh man.
Darnell Mooney. If you played him, he would have won his week, by the way. Just a little heads up. But
all right, bro. Let's not get into,
yeah, man, let's relax.
Homies while they're down. But anyways.
Yeah, bro.
But I'd pick him up. This week, Dude, I'd definitely pick him up. Kirk Cousins loved throwing to him, man. He looked really good. I think he'd be a great, just stash him on the bench. If you need to flex him, during those bye weeks, if your receivers are out, dude, I would flex him at some point during the season. I like Darnell Mooney a lot. I'd put him on the bench.
He did bring in 7 targets, so
yeah. He caught 3 of them, but he did have 7 targets. And at the end of the game, when crunch time, I mean, hey, Kirk Cousins performed, man. He showed up, which is surprising. That was crazy ending. Yeah,
that was crazy.
Not see that happening.
Yeah.
So where do you guys rank these guys? We have a bunch of wide receivers here. Darnell Mooney, Javon J. Let's get your top 3 at all these guys.
My top 3 would be, depending on what I needed, maybe a mix of like Alec Pearson, Naylor, right? One guy with the ceiling, one guy with like a floor, I'll say.
Yeah.
Or Mooney, maybe.
Mm-hmm. That was my 3.
I kind of interchanged Naylor and Mooney. Also, the Rams receivers, just take a shot. Just get one of the guys and see if he can be the guy in the Rams so far.
Honestly, I wouldn't put my Rams or any Rams receivers in my top 3. I'd probably go Alec Pierce, Jalen Naylor, and Darnell Mooney. I feel like that's the 3 that I would go. For sure, Alec Pierce. Naylor looks solid in that offense, and then Mooney is just like a random shot. But that's the 3 that I like.
In my opinion, I'm in the same boat as BBTV. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Alec. Let me be different.
But you always copy me, bro.
Shut up, dog. I mean, I think out of these guys, the value, just Alec Pierce getting those long catches from Anthony Richardson, it's hard to beat. All right, bro, relax. I like Alec Pierce, I like Jalen Naylor, and because I lost for not starting Darnell Mooney, I'm going to keep him out of my top 3. I'm going to take Quentin Johnson as my 3rd option out of those 3. So Alec Pierce, Jalen Naylor, and then Quentin Johnson. Let's move on to QBs. The only 2 that are probably on your waivers, Geno Smith and Derek Carr. I take Derek Carr over Geno Smith. Derek Carr is balling out. He's looking good.
Derek Carr, man. Been telling y'all, man. Yeah, I'm happy he's proving me wrong, dude. He is honestly, if you didn't draft those the top 7 QBs, I'm low-key taking Derek Carr out of like the 8 through 15. Derek Carr's a stud. Like, I'd start him over a lot of guys. I would definitely use my waiver claim for him.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Good value there. I mean, Geno Smith, he looked decent. I like Sam Darnold. He's been doing good too, man. I mean, without Justin Jefferson, you can kind of ignore him.
Let's wait. Yeah, in fact, we wait on Sam Darnold just for a little bit, though. Just a little bit, just because the guys that's injured right now, JJ. I don't know. I wouldn't use a waiver pick on him. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So just those 2 guys, Derek Carr. Geno. I take Derek Carr over Geno. I would definitely use a waiver claim for Derek Carr. Geno, you might not have to.
Carr is only rostered in 20% right now, so he should be
chilling.
Readily available, yeah. And
Mhm.
people will need a better QB. There's not that many good QBs, it feels like.
Mhm.
Especially in the deeper
some
leagues.
QB's been hurt, Jordan Love, Tua.
Yeah,
So.
Tua. Damn, man, that was terrible. What happened to him? So yeah, the Tua managers for sure gonna go try. If you're a Tua manager, grab Derek Carr, man.
Mhm.
That's about it for QBs. Let's move on to tight ends. Some of the studs of the week: Hunter Henry and Mike Gesicki. Man, I mean, Hunter Henry's my sleeper tight end.
There you go.
Good call.
Good call, brother.
Man.
I'll give it to you.
Thank you. I think that's my only good call this whole offseason. So I'm going to take that dub and I'm going to repeat it whenever I can. But no, I mean, they both did well. In my opinion, Hunter Henry, there's no one else that you can really trust in that offense in terms of receiving. Obviously, on the floor, it's all Ramondre, but Hunter Henry's, I mean, he's a seasoned veteran and he's been there for like 3 seasons now or so. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, irrelevant. I think he's the number 1 tight end pickup. And then Mike Gesicki. What are you guys' thoughts?
I'm sure I'm over Gesicki right now.
Oh, I don't know about for sure, but I'm going Mike Gesicki over Hunter Henry just because Joe Burrow did look a lot better. Mike Gesicki was getting those targets. I like Mike Gesicki just because the way that offense kind of moves just a little bit. They're more of a pass-heavy kind of offense, so I don't know. Just because I'm not a fan of the Patriots players, Patriots offense. I'm not a fan of Jacoby Brissett.
But see, that's the interesting part. Because the lack of the Patriots players, I'm choosing Hunter Henry. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Gesicki has talent around him. Jamar Chase.
Even T. Higgins comes back.
Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd's not there. It's like the other guy, Iosivas.
Oh, sorry. Iosivas.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. And then T. Higgins when he gets back, gets healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whenever that is.
Well, I like both. I'd be happy.
100%. If you put a claim for both and see whoever you get.
Yeah, the tight end landscape is not. It's pretty bad, man.
Dismal.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we hit Kelsey with 1.1 fantasy points, I think, and then Sam Laporta with like 2.6 fantasy points. It's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Another name, just for anyone else looking out there, Jonnu Smith. I mean, he had 7 targets, 6 receptions, 53 yards. BBTB, you brought him up earlier, or maybe outside the podcast, but you brought him up. I mean, he's only rostered in 6% of leagues. Tua said he wants to come back and play. He's not coming back next week. They're for sure going to hold him out. So I think you can, if you can't get those other 2 guys, maybe you can just put Jonnu Smith in your bench and just kind of hold on to him and just wait. You can't start him really. If you didn't pick up the backup tight end in Dallas, Luke Schoonmaker, who stepped in for, he's the backup to Henderson.
Ferguson.
Oh, yeah.
He had 6 targets, 6 receptions, 43 yards. Not a great performance, but I mean, he's doing it. As long as Ferguson's out, you can take a shot on Schoonmaker as a random, tight end, streaming tight end option. And then let's move on to defenses to pick up this week. Obviously, Raiders against Carolina. It'll be interesting to see what happens with who's the QB that's starting?
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton, yeah.
Andy Dalton, baby.
I still think the offense is going to go pretty much nowhere.
Same.
Green Bay versus Tennessee. I think you take Green Bay versus Tennessee over Raiders against Carolina. I know.
Wow. Hot take.
Hey, hot take.
Hot take.
Will Levis is just gifting the other team fumbles, interceptions. He's a master at it. He just knows how to figure. He does the weirdest. I don't know if you guys watched the Tennessee Titans game, but he does the weirdest, like random, like basically like a fumble. He just stumbled.
He 360'd it. 360'd it. Alley-ooped it to his running back and got his shit dunked on, bro. That's pretty much what happened.
But he did that game 1. He did something similar game 1, not 360. But Will Levis, I mean, he will give up some turnover, and
Mhm.
they have. I mean, the Green Bay defense is pretty good, man. I think they can return it for a touchdown, a little pick six or a fumble six or something.
Mhm.
And then we got Tampa Bay defense playing against Denver. Sorry, MFB. Denver sucks. Any
Denver.
defense against Denver or Carolina, pretty much you can start.
I'd hate to be a Denver fan. No,
If I could throw my own defense here, I would play Browns. Browns against the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. The Giants, against
Browns against the Giants. I mean, if
Jones.
that's the last option there, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, cool.
I want to bring up. I know we're not talking about kickers, but kickers. I want to bring up Daniel Carlson from the Raiders. Man, he had 18 fantasy points. I know we're not really doing kickers much, but I mean, dude, if I had him on my team this week, I think I would have beat MFB here in the matchup. So you have him, and then I mean the Washington kicker with 22 fantasy points did great.
Yeah, it's a bro. Tight ends suck. Kickers are going dumb,
dude. Bro, if they could
kickers.
reverse that, man, jeez, dude,
bro,
crazy.
I know dudes drafting Brandon Aubrey round 6 in their leagues, man. So,
dude, hey, honestly,
bro, they're crazy,
bro. He might be more worth most 6th-round pick. I mean, unless it took in front of God.
Yeah, round 6 is crazy. 7, honestly, 7, dude. Round 7, like.
Bro,
Brandon Aubrey,
this might be a new trend. Like some of these kickers, man, going that early and being like actually worth it because the Cowboys trust him.
Yeah,
I mean, dude, if you could finesse some sort of a trade and throw in Aubrey and take him from someone, take him, man.
Yeah,
the Cowboys were losing and they're kicking field goals. They're getting whooped on. They're kicking field goals still. They're just like, whatever, we'll take 3 points. We know we can get it, so we'll just kick the field goal. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy. He's actually the rank 14 in fantasy, by the way, in all of fantasy. Dude, number 14.
That's nuts. You got to realize that there's.
That's pretty crazy.
I mean, that's insane. There's the Houston kicker, Fairbairn. He did pretty good.
Automatic.
Yeah, he's been on fire. They're playing Minnesota next week, so Fairbairn, if he's out there, pick him up. Fairbairn, what an interesting name.
Mm-hmm.
Fairbairn.
All right, brother.
Yeah, just a couple names. Any other kickers worth? I mean, based on matchup, any other kickers worth picking up?
I said Blake Groupie. He got 10 points. You know, double digits, doing his thing.
We're looking for 15 plus at this point, man.
I understand, but I'm just saying, but he's gonna be double digits all season though.
All right. Blake Groupie, if he's out there, pick him up. Yeah. But that about does it for the episode. Anything else you guys want to bring up?
Chilling.
Nah, that's all.
Cool. Yeah. All right. That's your week 2 going into week 3 waiver episode. Guys, join the Discord so that we can, you can ask questions. You say, hey, I don't know about this player. I don't know about that player. Should I pick up this guy? Should I drop this guy? We'll be in the Discord. We won't respond right away, but we'll do our best to do so. But get in there, get in the Discord, ask your questions. We have different channels, whether it's trades, start sit, fantasy news, waiver wire. I mean, memes if you're into that. I'm into memes. So anyways, podcast updates, all that. So get in there.
Discord should be in the link tree.
Mm-hmm. Go click on the Discord link, join the Discord, ask your questions there, and we'll give you guys all the information to the best of our knowledge.
Yeah.
But that'll do it for this episode, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yep. Peace.